Under the shimmering lights of Japan's entertainment world, stories of on-screen chemistry often travel far beyond the boundaries of scripted roles. The recent attention surrounding Kyoko Yoshine and Kyoya Honda has been a perfect example of how the public gaze extends beyond film sets, diving into personal dynamics, subtle gestures, and the narratives that fans and media craft from fleeting moments. Their collaboration has not only drawn critical acclaim but has also sparked speculation, with many asking whether their closeness is simply the mark of professional synergy or something that transcends performance. Kyoko Yoshine has long been recognized as one of the most versatile actresses of her generation. From her early career beginnings, she demonstrated an ability to embody a wide range of roles, moving seamlessly from innocent characters in heartfelt dramas to complex women caught in webs of emotional turmoil. Her performances are known for their sincerity, and it is this very quality that allows audiences to feel an almost personal connection with her. For many viewers, she represents authenticity in an industry often criticized for its polished facades. Honda, on the other hand, represents a newer wave of talent, emerging with a strong screen presence, refined style, and a charisma that appeals to both younger fans and those with a keen eye for fresh acting talent. When these two names were paired in a project, the entertainment press immediately seized the opportunity to spotlight their every move. On-set photographs circulated rapidly across social media, highlighting the natural ease with which they seemed to interact during breaks, rehearsals, and public promotions. Fans noticed the way Yoshine's laughter lingered a bit longer when Honda spoke, or how Honda often seemed instinctively protective in crowded settings, stepping slightly in front of her as photographers surged forward. Such moments fueled the narrative of closeness, even if no formal confirmation ever followed. Entertainment in Japan thrives on the delicate dance between reality and perception. While the actors themselves maintained professionalism, avoiding explicit comments on personal matters, the narrative constructed by fans became a phenomenon of its own. Online communities dissected interviews, promotional videos, and behind-the-scenes clips, weaving together interpretations that suggested an evolving bond. What made this case particularly striking was the sincerity of their public image. There was no overt display, no flamboyant declarations, only subtleties that carried the weight of suggestion. In discussing the phenomenon, cultural critics have audiences, particularly in East Asia, place high value on emotional authenticity. The boundary between actor and role often blurs, leading fans to project the emotions of on-screen characters onto the actors themselves. This creates a heightened interest in their personal lives, making professional collaborations a fertile ground for speculation. In Yoshine and Honda's case, the emotional depth of their roles was so palpable that many began to wonder if the performances drew upon something more genuine than rehearsed technique. The story gained further traction during promotional tours. Interviews featured lighthearted banter between them, and their body language often appeared unusually comfortable. In one interview, Honda's comment about Yoshine's dedication to her craft, praising her for staying late to refine small details, was interpreted as a mark of admiration that stretched beyond standard co-star appreciation. Yoshine, for her part, often described Honda as someone who brought fresh air to every set, a phrase that commentators dissected endlessly. Was it simply an acknowledgement of his youth and energy, or a subtle indication of personal fondness? Yet beneath the surface of rumor and analysis lies a more profound narrative about the evolution of celebrity in the digital age. Actors today are not only judged by their performances but also by how they navigate the unrelenting scrutiny of fans and media. For Yoshine and Honda, the speculation has been a double-edged sword. It has elevated their visibility, bringing them into global discussions, while also subjecting them to interpretations that may or may not align with their realities. What sets this situation apart is the careful balance both have maintained. Unlike some celebrities who either aggressively deny or playfully feed into rumors, Yoshine and Honda have chosen subtle neutrality. They continue to appear together when required, show camaraderie in professional spaces, and refrain from making any definitive personal declarations. This very ambiguity sustains public curiosity, as people are left to fill the gaps with imagination. In a way, this phenomenon underscores how storytelling extends far beyond films and dramas. The lives of actors themselves become stories, woven together by fans, reporters, and industry insiders. For audiences, Following Yoshine and Honda is not merely about consuming scripted entertainment. It is about feeling part of an unfolding narrative that resonates with themes of love, partnership, and emotional connection. Their closeness, whether purely professional or something more, functions as a mirror reflecting the desires and dreams of those who watch from the sidelines. Some observers argue that the fascination surrounding the pair lies in their ability to represent both tradition and modernity. Yoshine, with her well-established career, symbolizes dedication, discipline, and the depth of experience that Japanese cinema values. Honda, newer to the scene, embodies freshness, experimentation, and the spirit of reinvention. Together, they create an intergenerational balance that is appealing not only on screen but also as a symbolic duo in the cultural imagination. Their apparent closeness amplifies this symbolism, suggesting harmony between past and future, established artistry and emerging energy. The significance of their bond extends beyond gossip and speculation. It also speaks to the changing landscape of Japanese entertainment. In an era where international markets are increasingly influential, the personal lives of actors are packaged into global narratives. Social media platforms ensure that fans from Tokyo to New York can witness and discuss the same photographs within minutes. Yoshine and Honda's supposed connection has thus become not only a Japanese media topic but also a global one, with international fan forums analyzing their appearances and interviews with the same fervor as local audiences. At the heart of this story is a reminder of how deeply people yearn for authenticity. Audiences do not simply want polished promotional campaigns, they want glimpses of vulnerability, connection, and intimacy. Even when left ambiguous, such glimpses allow viewers to feel that they are witnessing something real, unscripted, and profoundly human. Yoshine and Honda's closeness, whether rooted in friendship, mutual respect, or something deeper, satisfies this yearning. It keeps fans invested not only in their careers but in the unfolding of their lives. The narrative continues to evolve. Each new public appearance, interview, or project reignites speculation and draws fresh analysis. Journalists search for subtle shifts in tone, fans create viral edits of their moments together, and critics debate the ethics of such scrutiny. Through it all, Yoshine and Honda remain composed, offering just enough warmth to sustain admiration while guarding the boundaries of their private lives. Their story, in its current form, reflects the very essence of modern celebrity, a blend of art, perception, and public imagination. It is less about confirming or denying relationships and more about the shared experience of watching possibilities unfold. Whether their closeness remains a cherished professional partnership or blossoms into something more, the impact is undeniable. They have captured the collective curiosity of audiences, transformed fleeting interactions into cultural talking points, and reminded the world that behind every performance lies the potential for real human connection. As this chapter of speculation continues, one truth becomes clear: the fascination with Yoshine and Honda is not just about romance or gossip. It is about the timeless allure of stories, those told on screen, whispered among fans, and written between the lines of public appearances. It is about the way two individuals, by simply being authentic and present in their craft, can ignite conversations that travel across borders and cultures. In their closeness, imagined or real, audiences find not only entertainment but also a reflection of their own hopes, desires, and belief in the enduring power of human connection. The dynamic between Kyoko Yoshine and Kyoya Honda continues to unfold with every passing project, and in many ways, the story has grown larger than either of them individually. It is a portrait of how modern celebrity is shaped not only by talent but also by the environment of constant digital observation. Every smile exchanged, every glance caught on camera, becomes part of a mosaic that audiences eagerly interpret. This hunger for meaning has transformed their partnership into a phenomenon that blends fiction, reality, and imagination. Kyoko Yoshine's journey in the entertainment world provides a fascinating foundation for this narrative. She began as a young actress determined to carve out a place in an industry where competition is relentless and expectations are high. Over time, she developed a reputation for discipline, humility, and the ability to elevate even the most ordinary script into something memorable. Her performances resonate because they feel grounded in lived experience. Critics often note that she has a rare ability to express emotion not through dramatic displays but through the smallest gestures, a hesitation in her voice, a fleeting look, or a quiet pause. These subtleties allow audiences to sense something deeper beneath the surface. Honda's career, though younger, carries a parallel sense of determination. Emerging first through modeling and smaller roles, he gradually built a reputation as a performer with natural charisma. Unlike many newcomers who rely heavily on youthful image, Honda has shown an instinct for adapting quickly to different genres, from lighthearted romance to more complex dramatic roles. He radiates energy, yet there is also a quiet composure that draws others in. This balance of vibrancy and calm makes him an ideal counterpart to Yoshine's established presence. Together, they create an atmosphere of equilibrium, her maturity complementing his freshness, his spontaneity enlivening her depth. Their collaboration, however, became more than an artistic partnership because of the way audiences perceived them. During press events, when they laughed together at inside jokes or shared subtle looks, fans felt they were witnessing something unscripted. On social media, clips of their interactions were replayed millions of times, often slowed down to highlight details invisible in the original footage: a brush of hands, a shared smile, the way one leaned toward the other. In these micro moments, people found stories, and those stories traveled faster than any official publicity campaign. This phenomenon reflects a broader shift in how fans engage with celebrities. In the past, entertainment media controlled the narrative, carefully curating what the public saw. Now, audiences themselves take fragments and spin them into new interpretations. The speculation surrounding Yoshine and Honda illustrates the participatory nature of modern fandom, where fans are not passive consumers but active storytellers. For many, following their supposed closeness became less about uncovering truth, and more about co-creating a narrative they wanted to believe in. The industry itself benefits from such speculation. Production companies recognize that the aura of mystery surrounding actors' personal lives can heighten anticipation for upcoming projects. In Yoshine and Honda's case, the whispers of off-screen closeness only made their on-screen chemistry feel more authentic. Viewers tuned in not just for the storyline but also to search for hints that blurred the boundary between fiction and reality. This dual-layered engagement ensures that their projects generate conversation long after initial release. But this attention also comes with challenges. Constant scrutiny can place immense pressure on actors, who must navigate the thin line between private life and public performance. Yoshine, with her years of experience, seems adept at maintaining that balance, offering warmth without overexposure. Honda, still relatively new, faces the test of growing within this environment without losing authenticity. Observers often remark on their professionalism in interviews, where they acknowledge each other with respect while skillfully sidestepping intrusive questions. This discipline reveals not only their awareness of the media spotlight but also their shared understanding of boundaries. Cultural analysts have suggested that the fascination with this pair reveals something about contemporary Japanese society. In a culture where public displays of intimacy are often restrained, subtle signs of connection hold tremendous weight. A simple gesture, such as standing slightly closer than necessary or exchanging a knowing smile, can become a symbol of deeper meaning. Audiences trained to notice nuance in social interactions apply the same sensitivity to celebrity behavior, amplifying details into grand narratives. International comparisons further illuminate the phenomenon. Similar dynamics have been observed in Hollywood and K-dramas, where co-stars, real or perceived relationships ignite passionate fan discussions. However, Yoshine and Honda's case carries a uniquely Japanese texture, rooted in cultural values of modesty, respect, and understated emotion. Unlike Western celebrity culture, which often thrives on bold declarations, Japanese audiences find allure in ambiguity. It is precisely the lack of confirmation, the quiet possibility, that makes their closeness so captivating. What sustains the intrigue is not only the speculation itself but the emotional resonance it carries. For many fans, Yoshine and Honda's interactions symbolize hope, the possibility that genuine connection can exist even within the glittering but often isolating world of entertainment. Their story, whether real or imagined, becomes a shared dream for audiences who long for authenticity and intimacy in an increasingly fragmented digital age. The cycle of attention shows no sign of fading. With each new collaboration or public appearance, discussions reignite. Online forums analyze recent photographs, commentators speculate about future projects, and international fan communities continue to expand the narrative. Across languages and cultures, through it all, Yoshine and Honda remain at the center of a storm they never directly fuel, their silence and professionalism becoming as powerful as any spoken word. Their story is a testament to the way modern celebrity operates as a mirror. It reflects not only the talents of the individuals involved but also the desires, imaginations, and cultural values of those who watch. In the case of Kyoko Yoshine and Kyoya Honda, what began as simple collaboration has grown into a phenomenon of interpretation, where every glance and gesture becomes part of a grand, evolving tale. Whether their closeness is rooted in deep friendship, mutual admiration, or something more personal, it has become a story larger than them, a story that continues to unfold with every step they take together under the public eye.